Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
For those of us who are here live in the courtyard, I know it's a little nippy. People are telling me it's getting a little cold, but I have to tell you, in Arizona, you can count on. I think they have gotten a little relief earlier this year, but you can count on the heat breaking on Halloween. So in Arizona right now, we are in the season. They are in the season of. I can maybe put on a shirt that's not so light and flowy, and I can maybe if I'm really lucky, put on closed-toed shoes. So it's actually, I know it's a little uncomfortable for some, but I have to tell you, it's a blessing to me to feel this chill in the air in October, to feel fall, an evening of fall. So let's take a few deep breaths and begin this Shabbat together. Let's welcome the angels. Shalom Aleichem, page 11.
Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Kadosh Baruch Hu, Baruchuni l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tetchem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
I had the pleasure today of spending Shabbat with several of our grades because we're breaking things up and keeping people in pods for COVID. We do lots of Shabbat services throughout the day on Friday, so we'll light together, and when we're done with the blessing, I'm going to share a little something I did with them. You can imagine our beautiful children all over this property celebrating Shabbat together. By next week, we're going to have long matches.
Or a lighter.
Really? I hope so. Oh my goodness. Okay, I got a plan. Thank you. Thank you, Alan.
אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להדליק נר של שבת.
Keep your eyes closed. Take a nice deep breath. And when you open them, find somebody you're happy to see and say Shabbat Shalom. Shir Ladonai, Shir Chadash. First Senior Rabbi Bill Burke used to say, this is the moment every week when we fall in love with the world again. Lecha Dodi, page 29.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela
Created, page 77. You create with delicacy, with violence, the cell splitting, becoming life. Filled with you, you make a human being, a whole world, mysterious, delicate, violent. Overwhelming with joy, you create myriads, fling glazes across space, sow them with countless kinds of life. Your love, massive, cosmic, joyful, explodes around us. As in the beginning in a burst of light, a rush of waters, in the cry of birth in ourselves, even in ourselves. Baruch atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim.
אהבת עולם, בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, עמך אהבת. תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו לאורך ימינו, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה, נגה יומם ולילה. באהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
I read once in a book a line that has just stuck with me for decades now. All stories are about redemption. All stories are about redemption. I said that to a friend of mine, and she said, "What does that mean? What is redemption?" And I said, "I don't know." But I think it's liberation. I think it's living unburdened by so much that we carry. I think it's a better way of being fully alive, moving toward a better future. That is certainly the sentiment and the theme of Micha Mocha. Every story is about redemption.
Hashkivenu, Adonai, Eloheinu, Shalom, Shalom, Hashkivenu. Adonai Eloheinu leshalom. Hamidenu malkeinu lechayim uleshalom, uleshalom. Hashkivenu, hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu leshalom. Prosaleinu, sukat shlomecha, hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu, hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu leshalom. Ushmor tzedekenu, uvoenu lechayim ulshalom, ve'ata ve'ad olam. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, aleinu sukat shlomecha, hashkivenu, hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, leshalom. Hashkivenu, hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu leshalom.
We rise for Amidah, page 87.
Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Svatai Tiftach. Na 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 Ufi Yagi, Ufi Yagi Tehillatcha. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Svatai Tiftach. יהיו לרצון אמרי פי. אדוני צורי וגואלי. אדוני צורי וגואלי. My God, my rock, and my Redeemer, Adonai tzuri v'goali. My heart opens for you. My lips pray to you. Please, please shine through. יהיו לרצון אמרי פי. יהיו לרצון אמרי פי. והגיון ליבי לפניך. יהיו לרצון אמרי פי.
Turning to Misha Berach, we hold in our hearts and our minds all those who are hurting, in need of healing, of body, of mind, and of soul. If there's somebody you're thinking about tonight, in addition to those who are on our congregation's Misha Berach list, I invite you to please share that name now.
מי שברך אבותינו וכל הברכה לאמותינו. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. מי שברך אמותינו וכל הברכה לאבותינו. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
I imagine that for Noah and his family, one of the greatest challenges of those 40 days at sea was feeling unmoored, literally. They were living, as my teacher Michael Marmer says, in liquid reality, with nothing solid beneath their feet. Not so much as a glimpse of actual ground, no land mass in sight, and certainly none to call their own. The olive branch that the dove brought back would become a symbol of peace. But for Noah, it was a symbol of hope. It was a symbol of land. Those three words, hope, land, and peace, they are at the very center of this book that I'm reading. Oh, I meant to bring it, I forgot. A book that I'm reading, it's called Catch 67, and I'll be discussing with you in a few weeks. Hope, land, and peace. They are at the center of everything that is extraordinary and everything that is so very painful about Israel. It seems that hope, land, and peace can't go together. Various factions are fighting for their preferred 2 out of 3, or maybe just 1 out of 3. And the various factions certainly are not listening to one another. Which is what I love about this book and its author, Micha Goodman. Micha has clearly spent years respectfully listening to the lefties and the righties and everyone in between. This book will not relieve the poverty and misery that plague the people who live in Gaza. It will not silence those who challenge the legitimacy of a Jewish state. It will not arbitrate between dramatically conflicting narratives about all that led to the establishment of the State of Israel. But it is an incredibly insightful analysis. Goodman takes a refreshing posture. There is nothing reactionary in the way he describes history or the current state of affairs. He begins with these words, which frankly, none of us like to hear. Both the left and the right are correct. The arguments for both sides have proven valid, hence the crisis. Goodman offers observations such as the following. The right is correct that a withdrawal from Judea and Samaria would endanger Israel. The left is correct that a continued presence in those very territories will endanger Israel. The problem is that since everyone is correct, everyone is also incorrect, and the state of Israel is trapped in an impossible double bind. He brings great nuance to the conversation, suggesting, for example, that while it is not exactly the case to say that Israel occupied Palestinian land in 1967, it is certainly the case that the Palestinian people now, without a doubt, live under occupation. He analyzes all of these issues from an historical, security, Jewish religious, Muslim religious, and perhaps most importantly, moral perspective. Goodman likens the dilemma to Joseph Heller's famous Catch-22, a paradoxical situation that one cannot escape. It's a problem for which the solution inherently traps you back inside the very same problem. Consider, for example, being in need of something which can only be gotten by not being in need of it. Classic examples are work experience that's required to get a job, which is the only way to acquire work experience, or getting a loan from a bank by proving that you have enough money to not need the loan. And here is where Micha Goodman is totally, completely bold. There is no solution to a Catch-22, or what he calls the Catch-67. And so rather, he proposes an escape, a stepping outside of the situation and all of the assumptions we have all relied upon until now. A way out of the Catch-22 that for the time being, so that longer-term solutions can eventually be forged. I won't go into the details now. Join us on the 21st for that, but there are several possible ways forward that he suggests. There is nothing simple on the table, and Goodman admits that even the proposed non-solutions would be very painful. Various ideas have been raised for how to pave such an escape route from the catch, he says, but every single one exacts a heavy price. To secure these escape routes and thereby Israel's continued existence, Israelis will have to relinquish some of Israel's dreams. Relinquishing dreams, I think that brings us back to Noah. God had some pretty big ideas about humanity and how we would all get along on this earth. And it took us not two parshiot to prove colossally disappointing. God's next move was a solution: destroy everyone and start all over. A solution which didn't solve anything at all. So God decided to relinquish dreams, the dream involving human beings and perfection, and to move forward instead under disappointing circumstances. That very decision is what allows us, all of us, to be here in this lifetime, in our messiness. But here we are to tell the tale, which I think is what we ultimately want for our beloved state of Israel. Micha Goodman is one of my favorite teachers from the Hartman Institute. He is brilliant and creative and humble and wise. And I'm going to introduce you to him personally someday. In the meantime, please join me on the 21st to discuss this deeply thoughtful and provocative book about Israel. Shabbat Shalom. Turning to Mourner's Kaddish, Kaddish Yatom. Tonight we are remembering Sharon Altman, Felice Andaman, Samuel Harvey Anker, Samuel Berg, Ray Burns, James Burton, Maurice Blank, Stanford Brown, Gerald Brown, Alan Cooper, Betty Davis, Stephen Dicker, Edwin Ellman, Samuel Fatman, Eric Fielding, Beatrice Gersh, Howard Goldberg, Carl Gottfried, Fred Gosfeld, Sylvia Grushkow, Charles Guggenheim, Dan Harunian, Michael Hollofsener, Sarah Kahn, Robert Karsh, Samuel Kligfeld, Richard Knox, Victoria Lamore, Bertha Morgan, Rose Helen Pilch, Judith Podell, George Primus, Lynn Rappaport, Arthur Robin, Marcy San, George Salvalas, Jeffrey Siegel, Leah Shapiro, Carla Solomon, Bernard Tots, Lois Weinstock, Milton Weiss, those who have died in recent days, John Henry Stodell, Virginia Spergel, Harriet Steinberg, Miriam Stern, Al Sislowski, Shana Cooperman. I invite you to please rise if you are remembering any of those individuals. And also, if there's somebody else you're remembering whose name you'd like to share, please rise and do so now. We'll rise in solidarity as those who are in mourning and remembering loved ones lead us in Kaddish Yatom, page 292. Yitgadal v'yitgadash. Amen. Be'alma divrach. Amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach le'alam u'lamei amaya. B'richu. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Oh, say shalom. In Roma. Oh, say shalom. In Roma.
Shalom.
May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, say shalom. In Roma. Oh, say shalom. In Roma. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down.
Together. Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, b'shabbat kodsho, be'ahava u'bratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh bereishit. Ki hoyom tefila lemikra kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim. Kivanu v'acharta, ve'otanu kirashta, mikol ha'amim, b'shabbat kodshecha, be'ahava u'bratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat lechayim.
Baruch atah
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon.
Shabbat Shalom, dear friends.
Oh, say shalom in Ramah. Say shalom aleinu ve'akol Israel, ve'akol shvetei B'lev, v'imru amen. Oh, say shalom in Ramah. Say shalom aleinu ve'akol Israel,
Shabbat Shalom. I love that Shabbat spirit.